I wonder if I can kick your ass.
This country wants to keep me down, keep everybody weak.
It's our mission to bring back the natural order of things. Guys, thing.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
I'm not talking about that unleaded, gold-friendly, tree-hugging, curly jiggling money.
Don't get us some of those statues. Give them guts.
You play ball like a girl!
You're in no man's land now, baby.
One ugly motherfucker.
Truck driving, low-riding, belching, fighting, folding money. Hey, dear, let me tell you something. Whoa, my 4+7. You need us jar opening, oil changing, spiders squishing, furniture rearranging men.
What are you? Some Chavala or something?
All right. Oh, shoot. Let's put me back. Let's do that. All right, man. Men rule the world. Gosh, I tell you, it's a blessing being a man. It is such a blessing being a man. We're the most powerful thing in this world, man. It's great. It's awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Today's subject on men rule the world. Today's subject for this month. It's summer, right? I'll tell you guys this, Holmes. There is nothing like bringing out the barbecue grill, right? Dusting that sucker off, clean it off. Oh, man, and just grilling, man. From the easiest things, from hot dogs and burgers to some brisket, some tri-tip, some ribs, some carne asada, some boneless shit. Oh, man. It goes on and on. So let's go ahead. The men are here and we are here to rule your world. So let's go ahead and bring on a man that is so full of testosterone. It just oozes through his pores from Two-Face Entertainment. One, Mr. Fred Segura.
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hey, men rule the world, bro. Yes, yes. Hey, bro, you got to put that new banner. I like that one, bro. You got to put that new banner on here, bro, in the background. Oh, what do you think?
I should. I should do that. I should do that. I'll do that for the next one. I'll do that for the next one for sure, man.
Hey, but you know what? That still doesn't change the thing. We still rule the world, bro. So,
man, I'll tell you, dog. I'll tell you, man. I just want to crack open a cold one, light up the cigar, and go out there and start grilling, dog. It's great, man. Dog. All right, so our boy Robert should be joining us in a moment or two. But we do have our special guest on here that's going to school us all, right? We think we're out there doing some good stuff with some carne asada and you turn it into beef jerky because you don't know what the hell you're doing. Ain't no woman going to respect a man that does not know his way around a grill, all right? So This guy is going to be here to set us straight. And, of course, I'm talking about the one and only one, Mr. Drunken Chef.
Hey,
What up?
Hey, welcome, my brother. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Hey,
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It's been and he knows that. He knows it. I've been getting at him, man.
Yeah.
I've been getting at him.
I do apologize for that. It just wasn't right at the time. And we did talk about it the last time I was on. So
Yeah.
Right.
Had to make it work.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our fourth brother from San Jose, California. One, Mr. Robert Anthony.
Hey,
What it do? Hope everybody's doing well.
brother.
Sorry about running late.
Nice.
Pleasure to meet you, Drunken Chef.
Pleasure to meet you. Likewise.
Robert, where you at, brother?
I'm at the new Starbucks that opened up in my town here.
Okay.
I was at my pad and I was having some technical difficulties, but got to keep my word as a man. Make sure to show up and do what I'm supposed to do here.
Okay.
All good.
We can hear you. We can hear you, but you sound just a little muffled. You sound just a little muffled.
Okay, let me fix that thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to log off and then log back on to see if that does anything. If not, we can understand you. It's all right.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's go ahead and let's get into today's subject, man, which is grilling. First of all, I'll start with you, Fred.
Mhm.
When it's time for Fred to barbecue, what's your go-to? What's your go-to? And then tell us something where you're like, man, you know what? That's a little much for me. I don't think I'm that skilled.
Okay. When it comes to queuing it up, what's my go-to? The table. No, not fine. No, I'm kidding. No. My go-to, bro. Well, you know what? I would say tri-tip would be the one, the go-to.
That you're good at. You're good at it.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right.
you know.
All right. I would ask Robert, but he's getting things ready right now. Drunken Chef, I know you're pretty much good at everything. For me, yeah, obviously it was with the boneless chicken and the ranchera. And then I went ahead, upgraded, man. And I like doing some rack of ribs, man. You know what I mean? I like doing some rack of ribs. The thing that's a little bit much for me is that I can't really deal with smokers and like brisket yet. I'm not at that level. Obviously, all the simple stuff, man. All that stuff, but like smoking things that taking an hours to fish. I mean, sounds that, or even fish. I still have not. I think I did fish once, and it came out pretty good. It came out pretty good, but I'm still kind of like, oh man, for some reason or another, I'm still a little intimidated by it. But, Robert,
Can you hear me?
yeah, it's a little windy, though, brother. Oh man, Robert, yeah, you're probably better off inside. Yeah,
That's a win, bro.
it's windy, brother. It's windy.
All right, let me tell you what my specialty is at least. Can I do that while I walk?
Yeah.
And the only reason this is something I do is because I saw it, I did it, and I love the way it tasted. Usually I'm a straight tri-tip guy, but I saw this guy make a chicken, and he actually marinated it in peach schnapps. Not peach schnapps, my apology, peach snapple. And then he cut up slices of peach and put it on the chicken. And I don't know why I was watching it. I was so intrigued by it, man. But I said, that sounds pretty good. And I tried it, bro, and it tasted delicious, dude. And that's kind of like my go-to now, where I'm like, I don't know, maybe because none of my other friends do it. You know what I mean? So when I do it, everybody was like, what is this? It tastes pretty good. And I was like, it's a little special ingredient. But I got it from I don't even know who the guy was, man. I was watching like a TikTok or something. And he marinated a chicken, like I said, in peach snapple, and then put peach halves on them. And, wow.
Damn.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's get into some of this stuff, man. Let's get into it. So, Chef, you were on here, and you and I had a one-on-one, and we talked about how you got into grilling and all that. So, if anybody's interested on how Chef got involved, hey, Robert, I'm gonna be muting you, brother, just because it's a little bit noisy in the background.
Music.
Chef, so if anybody's interested in that, I'll leave the link to that interview along with where you could go ahead and find a Drunken Chef, man, and his stuff. But Chef, when you start grilling, right? What is the proper preparation for, say, something like the typical boneless meat and the ranchera?
Well, for me, I usually just buy just the meat itself, and then I'll prep it with like lemon and orange juice. I'll throw some beer, cilantro, and onion, and I'll let it marinate overnight. I do have a recipe and a video on my channel that has that. Otherwise, I'll just buy some pre-marinated stuff and just throw it on there. But if I'm really getting into it, then it's getting a big quantity of meat, a pan, throwing it in there with, like I said, the cilantro, onion, some oranges, squeezing orange juice, like actual oranges, not just the orange juice, and then lime juice. What else did I put it? And then just season it up. We'll season it up with our seasonings, and then just let it sit overnight, and then slap it on the grill over some charcoal. It's got to be charcoal.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, okay. What about mesquite? What about mesquite?
I'm not a big fan of mesquite. I tried smoking with mesquite and using the mesquite, but it's so bold of a flavor for me. I'm not really familiar with how to use it, and you know what I'm saying. So I just kind of stay away from it.
Okay, but no propane for you.
I do have propane, but those are for lazy days.
Okay.
Sometime during the week, if I'm in a hurry, I'll just throw it on, and then But I do have propane.
Okay. Fred, you a propane guy or charcoal guy, mesquite guy?
So for me, it's a charcoal, bro. Charcoal and sometimes mesquite. Or my son got into the wood thing, but it's like the chef said. It's sometimes it's a little bold, and then sometimes. Well, my son he's still getting the hang of it. So the first couple of times they were just tasting just like wood or like straight, you know, like the fluid or whatever, you know. But he's gotten good at it, man. And but yeah, it has to be. It can't be no propane, at least for me. To me, my honest opinion about propane is just basically your oven's outside. I mean, your stove's outside. That's really what it is, in my opinion, respectfully. You know.
Okay, okay. Robert, you a propane guy, a charcoal guy, mesquite guy?
Got to be charcoal. I'm old school. I like the old school charcoal. I'm good on the propane, but I like the charcoal. And I don't. I got cousins and friends who got those big, elaborate grillers and steamers and all that. Man, I'm an old school dude. Just my grill wouldn't be like that impressive, but it gets the job done. It's the old, get the charcoal going. Man. I don't know. That's how we did it when I was a little kid, and that's how I still do it now. But don't get me wrong. When I try one of those wood smokers and all that, they're delicious.
I I remember, okay, when I first got my own barbecue, right? I was young. It was propane. I have not owned a propane barbecue in, gosh darn it, man, like well over 15 years. It's all been just charcoal, man, and I will never go back. I will never go back. Even like Robert was explaining, there's these badass grills, man, that are all propane. And it's like, wow, you know what? It's like, damn, it would be badass to have one of those. It's like, oh, but it's propane though.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm good. There's something about it, fellas. To me, there's something about it that it just takes away. It
Yes.
takes away, like, let's go get the propane tank filled up. Let's turn it on. Like, I don't, nah, Charlie, dog. You gotta dump that sucker in. You gotta let the lighter fluid seek in. Give it a few minutes to seek into the charcoal, like, or if you get it already pre-lit. But there's something about it, man, that it just feels so much better with the charcoal, and you got to become one with it.
Yes.
That's I think that's the part, that's the connection right there, because you gotta become one with it. You gotta manage the heat and the fire. With the propane, it's like, all right, just turn it up, turn it down, turn it up, turn it down. It's like, the hell are we, women? Come on, man. You
Yes.
over here, you gotta know what you're doing. It's like, hey, it's flaming up. There is no turning it down. There is no knobs. So I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you're there and you got to manage the fire. You got to manage the heat. It's just not just let's turn a knob. So I'm down with that, man. All right, all right. I'm glad you fellas did not disappoint me. I'm glad, man.
I love that, bro. I love that. I seriously love what you just said right now. You know what? Let me say this. One of my neighbors, God rest his soul, he's passed on, but he had the propane one, and I said, "Hey, man, why do you like the propane over the charcoal?" You know, I said, "Oh, because I can control the heat," and I'm like, "Oh no, dude! Like, you can make something happen with the Weber, dude. Like, you can control the heat with the Weber too if you know what you're doing. You know, and again, like I said earlier, it involves skill, man. So yeah, I'm with you guys on that. It has to be charcoal.
Yeah.
Apple wood or the cherry wood as well too. Though I enjoy those pretty good too though as well. But you got to let them kind of really bend a little bit.
Yeah, I've used some of that wood, even some mesquite, but I'm a little bit like Chef. I don't really know how to. I just feel much more comfortable with charcoal. I don't mind it that's cool. I'll go ahead, I'll use it if it's there. But for me, I'll just go buy some charcoal, and that's that
So-
right there.
So
Yeah.
real quick. So for me too, I do use hardwoods because I do have smokers. But my go-to is, like I said, the charcoal because you get the flavor, the fire, everything. But when it does come to smoking the bigger meats, briskets, or longer cooks, ribs, things like that, then I'll throw them in the smoker. And I'm usually using hickory wood for that.
Oh.
It's got a mild, sweet flavor to it. Man, gives out a good aroma. Attracts some flies, but I can deal with that.
Let me ask you the question before we move forward. Let's just say you don't want to run back to the store, and you're out of lighter fluid for the charcoal. What do you use to light it? If you got
A paper towel and some vegetable oil or olive oil.
yes. Okay. I've done that. I did that before. That's why I'm asking. Yeah. It'll light.
You can use the lint from a dryer also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ball
that-
it up and you get paper towels, the same thing. You can do the same thing.
Wait a minute. Lint from this is good stuff right here. So lint from a dryer, you get it up, you roll it up, and you put it in the middle of the charcoal.
Put it in the middle and it burns. It burns up. It lights up, and you got to have a good chunk of it. But yeah, it'll work.
Wow, dog. Okay, all right. I'm gonna start saving all the lint, man.
When you do laundry, everybody's gonna start doing laundry now.
All right. Wow.
Oh,
I would say, hey, babe, I'll do the laundry. I got this. Oh, you know what? We'll split it down the middle. You wash, and I'll do the drying. All right.
There you go.
I'll handle the dryer.
and then not only that, to get more, I'll go to the laundromat and be like, "Excuse me, guys, let me check this out real quick."
There
I'll
you
start
go.
cleaning up the lint.
Hey, let's talk about something simple that can become a little bit complicated. Let's talk about burgers, man. Now, a lot of dudes just go ahead and just buy the frozen patties. Chef, do you make your own burgers?
Sometimes there's been quite a few times where we do grab a big chunk of hamburger meat and make our own, just so that we can have a nice thick patty. But as far as like grinding down the meat and all that on my own, no.
What is resting the meat? I've seen that before. I personally have never done it, but what is resting the meat? Like, I'm letting it rest before I throw it back on the grill.
Letting it rest is after you're cooking it, you let it rest so that a lot of the juices supposed to absorb back into the meat. Depending on what meat it is, it could be 5 to 15 minutes. And that just kind of settles down the meat. It still cooks a little bit, gets a couple degrees higher, and that's pretty much what it is. And then you just dig right in, slice it up.
Okay. All right. Because I've heard that before. I usually have heard that with burgers. That's why I link that up with burgers, but that's with any meat.
Yeah, I mainly do. Well, I've never actually rested the burgers. I mean, we'll throw them on a tray and they usually sit on the counter. I guess they are resting, but it's not something that I'm like, oh no, we got to wait for the burgers to rest. But like with other meats, yeah, tri-tips, asada, not so much. Your ribs, briskets, thicker meats like that, pulled pork.
Pulled pork is nice, man. Pulled pork is nice. Yeah, I like me some pulled pork. All right, so let's get to some of the more complicated stuff. Like I started really enjoying doing like ribs, right? What are the different cuts of ribs, and is there different ways to grill those?
Yeah, you can do them hot and fast over the fire. There's a lot of restaurants will do them straight direct over the fire, Santa Maria style. You can smoke them. Different cuts. You got your St. Louis cut, where it's just a nice rectangle thing. You got your spare ribs, which is actually a piece that's not cut into a spare. You got your pork ribs. You have your beef back ribs, your baby backs, and then your spares mainly.
Robert, what's your choice of ribs?
Ribs. It's always the ribs, man. I really dig. No, for me though, the ribs are always, especially if they're done well. I'm a big rib fan. There's actually a little rib cook-off by where I live, and there's a big one in Reno. But to me, it's the sauce, man. You got to have a accompanying sauce to go with that rib that you prepared, man. And once that sauce matches that rib, bro, I'm in for the duration. You know what I mean? So if push came to shove, man, it would just probably be your standard baby back ribs, bro. If push came to shove, but as you can see, I don't miss too many meals, so ribs are ribs to me, man.
I usually go with the baby back rib. The pork ribs are good too. I mean, all the ribs. There's no bad ribs, man. But you know, I like the rack of baby back. Fred, what's your go-to ribs?
As well, baby back ribs. That's my go-to when it comes to ribs. Yes, baby back ones, bro. And you know, that's pork. But I mean, when done right, man, that's just awesome. And Robert's right. I mean, you gotta have the sauce to go with it, you know. And we'll get into this later. You know, we'll get into that after. But yeah, you gotta be careful when you add the sauce too, though. You know.
Hey, Chef, Julio was asking, is there a difference in cooking pork and beef ribs?
What's easiest to cook? I think pork ribs are beef. Beef takes a little bit longer, and it's a little bit tougher of a meat. So you gotta like really slow cook those. A lot of the old school way used to be where folks would boil them and then throw them in the oven. They would boil them first to get them tender, and then throw them in the oven, sauce them up, or throw them on the grill after you boiled them. That was just to get them down tender. But if you want, just like if you're cooking on a grill, I would really suggest doing it slow, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't really gotten that fancy with ribs. But that's, okay. So if I'm cooking beef ribs, is it beef ribs that I gotta take my?
Yeah, beef ribs take a little bit. I feel like they take a little bit longer. If you put them in the oven, you know, you probably do them for like an hour and a half, 2 hours at like 300. But they do shrink. They do tend to shrink. The hotter the heat, they'll shrink a lot more and a lot faster. So that's why you do them slow, so it doesn't shrink as much.
Got you. Okay. All right. Got you. All right, man. Fred, what's your favorite type of meat to grill, man? So we can start getting in on that.
My favorite type of favorite type of meat would have to be this meal. With this meal meat, bro. The round steak, in other words. You know.
Round steak.
Yeah, the round steak. This meal. Right? Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Is that right? What is that?
It's just round steak, bro. It's for barbecuing, right? You can barbecue that. Yeah. Anybody guys know?
Oh man,
it is similar to the ranchera style meat or the skirt steak, but it's a lot leaner than that.
Yeah. You guys can't tell? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so it's still thin meat then.
Yeah.
It's slightly thicker than the ranchera. It's not as tough either. It's a little more tender, leaner and tender. Yeah, round steak. Yeah, there's meal. They call it there's meal in Spanish.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of that, man.
No. Oh, dude. It's awesome.
Robert, am I alone on this? Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of that. But I'll take credit as worth. But I haven't heard of it. I have not heard of it myself. But I wanted to ask, if you don't mind real quick, I wanted to ask the chef real quick. I have a friend and he says that when it comes to cooking, like there's no rules. What's the craziest thing you see somebody put ribs on ribs to like go with the ribs?
Can you say that again? I can kind of muffle.
What's the craziest thing you see somebody put on ribs to accompany the ribs?
With
like
ribs?
With ribs.
The craziest thing I've seen with ribs, I don't think I've ever. I think mostly everybody does them all kind of the same. Smoke some, but a lot of the stuff that I watch and I do is it's all the smoking part of it. So I can't really say I've seen anything crazy. But bacon wrap ribs, I think I might have to try that.
Oh,
Bacon wrap. Oh man.
that's I don't know, man. That's a little much for me, man. Bacon wrap ribs.
Pork on pork.
Nah.
Damn.
I mean, look. I do bacon wrap hot dogs. I'll do some bacon wrap ribs. Like you know what? There's pretty much nothing that bacon makes worse. But if you put bacon on ribs, I don't know, man. I think it actually does. Maybe that's the one thing. It might take a little step down for me where I'm like, yeah, no. But you put bacon on anything else, right? You put it on burgers, you put it on anything else. It's like, man, it's great. You even put it on salad, right? But bacon on ribs, nah, I think I'm good, man. I don't know about that one. Bacon on ribs. But all right, chicken. When it comes to chicken, chef, there is no. It needs to just be cooked all the way, right? There is no medium rare or well done. It just all has to be done right? You can't leave chicken just a little bit of pink.
Correct. Your internal temperature has to be 165 or better, in order to avoid getting sick.
Yeah.
So avoid getting sick. All right, Fred, you grill much chicken?
Yes. I'm the sultan of salmonella. No, not for real. No. Yeah, no, yes. But I make sure it's cooked right, bro. It has to be cooked right. Look, the skill we were talking about earlier with the barbecue is you put the hot on one side, so you can have the cooler side. And then what I usually do, and I did this on a Weber. I put half charcoal, and then the other side I don't leave anything. I'll cook the chicken, I'll queue it up, and then I'll move it to the cooler side, shut the grill, and let that thing cook, bro. Let it do its thing. It'll do its own thing. That's how I do chicken, bro. But it takes a while though, too. It depends too on the width and all that other stuff, bro. Legs and stuff like that. Yeah, it does.
All
take
right. And when do you flip it over? How long do you give it before you flip it over?
Well, it depends on the size of the chicken. Usually I'll try to flip it over a couple of times because I don't want it to burn. I make some real nice chicken, man. I have messed it up before to where it came out too dry. So you gotta kind of know when, more or less you eyeball it, man, and know, And then I've been to barbecues too where it looks really good. You bite of it and it's just bleeding inside by the bone. They're like, oh man, like yeah. But no, I'm really careful with chicken, man. It has to be right.
Robert, you're the one that brought up chicken, man. How often are you grilling the chicken up?
For barbecues, chicken's a staple. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I'm to be honest, man. Like, because my grill and my, isn't as big. Most of the time when I do barbecue and things like that, I have friends who are really good at barbecuing, and like I said, they have the Lottie Da, the whole fancy one, and they're like, if we're gonna barbecue, man, why don't we go to my house instead of going to my little one? So, but when I do chicken, I think I do the chicken pretty good. But like I said, full disclosure, man, I would hate one of my friends to see this and be like, "Oh, we haven't seen you barbecue in a while." So like I said, my friend's got a real nice one, and he likes to do it no matter how hot it is. There's times where it's hot and he'll be out there talking. I'm like, dude, he's out there poking at it and flipping it like nothing's. And I'm like, man, I can't do all that, man. So, not for me.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Pastor David Rocha from House of Rest Church who's tapping in here. We're just talking about grilling it up, Pastor, grilling it up. We're gonna have a bike ride, him and I, down in San Diego, and we're gonna have barbecue right after. But all right, let's talk about meat temperature here, Chef. First of all, in my opinion, well done should be illegal in this country and in this world when when I am dictator, well done is going to be illegal. If you want well done, if anybody wants well done, go eat a Slim Jim. If
Yeah.
you want well done, go buy yourself a bag of beef jerky. They have they have different flavors. Get yourself the teriyaki beef jerky. Get
Yeah.
yourself the jalapeno beef jerky. If you want well done, stop going to a steakhouse. Stop grilling. Just go get yourself a bag of beef jerky. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Fred.
Yes, sir.
You're going to your steak. How do you like your steaks, man? This is the good
Oh
stuff.
man, I like it moving, dude. No, you know what? No, I like it medium. That's right. And I've eaten it blue as well, what they call blue. You know, where it's just boom, and that's it.
Explain that, Fred. I'm not sure I've ever heard of that.
Blue is where you put it on. You should leave it for a couple of seconds till it turns brown. You turn it over, a couple of times it turns brown, and that's it, dude. You know, you cook. You know, give or take a little bit of time. You know, not that quick, but yeah. So we're still pretty much all pretty much raw sometimes, bro.
So
I've had it like that, but I prefer medium. Yeah, I prefer anything else other than well done. I cannot do well done, bro. I'm with you on the well done. If you want well done, go get some tree bark and chew on that. You know, I mean, really, that's what it is, bro. So it's got to have flavor, bro. It's got to have that protein. You know, that you can't burn everything away, dude. You know. So yeah, it's got to be medium.
Yeah, look, if you want well done, go snap it to a Slim Jim. But Fred, that blue, I never heard of that. So that's pretty damn raw right there, then, right?
Yes. I've had it like that before. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I've never heard of that. Okay.
You're gonna cook it probably about max 20 seconds per side.
Yeah.
Just enough to get a little sear on the outside of that. And then when you slice right in, it's still raw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that Fred was from Tres Puntos. Looky, I like mine rare. Yeah, man. Wow. Okay, man. Robert, what's your go-to on a steak, man?
Unlike Spider over there, Spider being from Let In, Let Out. And I know exactly what I like because I just went there the other day, literally the other day, medium rare. And I went to, I don't know if any of you gentlemen have been there. They don't need advertising, but they're my place that I have to go to in the summer at least once or twice. Have you guys been to Harris's? Ranch House? Harris's Steakhouse?
No.
Coalinga?
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh man, if you guys ever get the opportunity, it's called Harris's Steakhouse in Coalinga, California. It's a big steak farm, and there's nothing to do with Coalinga, so it's actually a resort.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get a chance, man, go, man. The food is delicious. I just had me a medium rare steak there the other day, man. I about 70 miles from my city. I just went there the other day, and it was awesome. So I'm a medium rare guy. No blue. I've never heard of the blue steak. But I'm a medium rare. But I'm finding out a lot of new stuff about you today, man.
Hey.
Medium rare. You came up with some new steak name.
I know.
Let me go.
Yeah, look, I think medium rare is the way to go. Just leaves just a nice little trim in the middle of knowing that it's nice and juicy in there. That's the go-to for me as well. That's how I like it. It gets too rare. It gets a little tough to chew at times. Yeah, no, I gotta go with medium on that one. But Chef, what's your go-to, brother?
Mine's medium rare also. Medium rare. Yeah, you get a little too rare and it does get a little chewy. And then the whole well done thing is out the window for me.
Have you guys ever done one of those? You go to steakhouses and they have like, hey, you're kind of like the movie The Great Outdoors with John Candy. You go to a steakhouse and they're like, hey, you know what? If you have the all-American the steak or the big beef steak and you finish it, it's for free. Have any one of you guys ever taken on that challenge at one of these steakhouse? Fred, I'll start with you.
Have I ever what now?
have you ever taken one of those challenges at one of the
Oh
steakhouse?
no, I have not. I have not.
Okay, because it seems like every steakhouse they have one of those, right? It's like, you know what, we got the monster steak or the beast or whatever, the all American whatever, and if you finish it, hey, you eat for free. Chef, have you ever taken on one of those?
No, I have not. I'm not sure if I've seen any of them out here, but no.
You know what? I should have the follow-up question. Fred, would
Yeah.
you? Would you?
You know what? I wouldn't, man, because I love me some steak, bro. And I
Okay.
want to enjoy it. I don't want to have that pressure of like, oh, I gotta finish this in a certain amount of time. I want to enjoy it, bro. So yeah, I
Well,
mean,
there's no time limit, Fred. There's no time limit. It's just, hey, before you leave, you got to finish it.
some people, they do give you an hour in some places, but if there's no time limit, let's rock. I would do it if there wasn't a time limit. But I'm not really, I don't really enter those kind of challenges, bro, because they see me and they're like, he's gonna win. No, not for them.
All right. Hey, chef, would you?
I would do it if there was no time limit because I'd like to enjoy my steak, especially if it's a ribeye steak. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a good cut of meat that you really want to enjoy. So if I have to rush it, nah, probably not.
Okay. Robert, have you or would you?
I have not. I don't know if I would, just because I think I'm scared that I might be able to do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, damn, I was having dinner with Rob the other day. He ate a 60-ounce steak. You know what I mean? I went to go eat with my friend, bro, and I was, I looked up and looked at him, bro. His steak was still pretty full, and I was almost done. I had to like slow down, and you know what I mean? I think I might be able to finish, and I think I might get like addicted to doing them. Going to Robert Anthony World Steak Tour. You know what I mean? That's all I need.
Oh, bro, it'd be a dangerous thing though, because if there's no limit on how many times to go, imagine if I went to a place that there's no time limit and I killed it. You best believe I will be there every day. They'll be like, hey, dude, like, hey, we got it.
Whoa, wait, hang on. There's a big old cut of steak. They don't give you just nice little small steaks, man. They give you, they give you these big old suckers. Which is
I've seen a 60-ounce challenge.
Yeah.
So that's what, 5 pounds? 5 pounds of steak, bro. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. See, look. What Andrew's saying right here. Now, I did a few years back have like a taco eating contest, right? And I forgot how many tacos, man. Must have been like 13. I think like 15 tacos or something. And for a while, I was kind of like disgusted with tacos, right? So that's why I wouldn't. For me personally, I wouldn't do it because I love steak so much. I think that I might get sick. Just like John Candy in the movie The Great Outdoors, right? At the very end, he's all like, oh, no, he wants to cry and everything, like, no, right? Like, when is he going to eat steak again, right? He's traumatized, So I wouldn't want to eat to get myself sick of steak because I love steak so much where it's like, nah, man, you know what? I want to have good memories with steak, not me just like, oh, man, let me see, can I finish it? Like, and then next time I see steak, I'm like, disgusted with it, Anyway, my love for tacos is back, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. My love for tacos has been back for a long time. So, what's up?
What kind of steak do you guys like, though? Oh, hold on. I'll leave mine. Oh, what kind of steak do you want? When you order a steak, what kind of steak do you order?
Robert, what kind of steak, brother?
Prime rib, New York steak. It doesn't matter, man. Whatever I'm feeling, man. You know what I mean? I don't have to have like a particular steak. As long as the steak's done well. I do gotta admit, I like to have a nice baked potato or mashed potatoes with it. That has to accompany my steak. Everything else is for the eye, but I gotta have either a big baked potato or some mashed potatoes. I'm set. But steak is steak. I like them all, man. That's why I said I would be scared to do the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll answer next on this one. What's up, Denise? Okay, okay. So when it comes to what kind of steak, right? First of all, I'm like Robert, where like any cut of steak, I they're all good. But if I had to choose one, man, like a New York strip is good. I man, a good old T-bone steak, man. Um, I probably go with ribeye. It's a little simple. Um, Man, but I'm not sure there's even a really a wrong answer in it, man. Fred, I'd like to know. I'd like to hear you and Drunken Chef. Oh, tomahawk. Yes, there's no really wrong answer. But Fred, what's your cut of steak here?
My cut of steak would have to be the porterhouse because
Oh,
because the porterhouse has a little bit of the ribeye, it has the filet mignon, and it has the New York steak, all in that one cut, bro. For one low price of $50.
yeah, but you're kind of cheating on that, though, man. Okay. All right, I get it. All right.
16-ounce steak, bro. It's like, hey, you get the best of three worlds.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, at least we've all heard of a porterhouse. I thought Fred was going to make up another steak name or something. Yeah, at least we've all heard of a porterhouse.
It's like, oh yeah, it'd be like that.
All right, Chef. What's your go-to steak?
My go-to is the ribeye, or I was going to say tomahawk also, and then a filet mignon is good too. But ribeye would be my first choice.
What is the different procedures for you, Chef, when it comes to steaks? It's like, hey, you know what? You got this tomahawk steak and you got this ribeye steak. How differently are you treating these meats, and what is the process for you to make them just right?
For the tomahawk, because they're a lot thicker, I do like a reverse sear on that. I'll do the indirect and the direct. So I'll do it indirect for a little while till you get to like 110, and then I'm searing it on both sides till you get to about 130, 135 for that medium rare. And
That's
then the ribeye, depending on how thick it is, will determine how long I cook it on each side.
okay. Okay.
Hey, Ed, I want to ask you a question. Do you think it's cheating to have a steak sandwich? Does that count as having steak? Or do you think that kind of, that's not the same?
The
You guys
having
think?
steak sandwich is cheating? Nah. I've done it all the time too.
Yeah.
Drive-through sandwiches, brisket sandwiches. Yeah, I've done it all.
You get the roll with the steak game. Like, go for it, man. It's in.
Okay. You know what? Okay. So there's a smokehouse right here, right down the street from me. They opened up about like 2 years ago, so they're still fairly new. It's called the Mule Car. They do some great stuff, man. One of the crazy things is they have a brisket burrito. A brisket burrito. That sucker is so damn good, man. I love it. So they're getting creative with some of this stuff. Hey, let's get into some marination here, Chef. And this is the part that I really want to talk to you about, because meats are good and everything of that sort, man. But if they're not seasoned right, if it doesn't have the right marination, if they didn't marinate it right, if there's not enough marination, if it's overly done, this is what really blows it all out of the water, whether it's good, whether it's not good, right? I mean, cooking it, certain temperatures and all that is great. But let's talk about marination. I go and I'm like, hey, you know what? They're telling you, hey, this one's citrus, this one's like pepper, this one's that one. What is some of the marinations? Well, first of all, before I throw it to you, let me ask Fred. Fred, what's your favorite type of marination?
You know what, man? I'm not much on marination. I usually get the store-bought stuff and whatever, man. I just kind of just throw it all in there, especially with chicken. There's this, and I don't even know the name of it, but it's awesome. But that's really it. I'm not really a know-how on the marination stuff, bro. But
Okay.
I just know not to. I just know that when it comes to marinate, whether it's a wet or a dry rub, whatever it may be, you can't overdo it because you want it to still taste like the actual meat. So the flavor, the marinade is an enhancement, but you still want it to taste like steak. You want it to taste like chicken or whatever cut of meat you have, bro. So that's just my thing on with the marinade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robert, what's your favorite type of marination there?
You know, just because, like I said, because I saw it on that show and I did it before, that peach snapple, because it was so unusual for me, and it actually tasted good. You know what I mean? I don't know if I just lucked out or what, man. But I don't know if I just saw it. It was like already programmed that it was gonna be good, but it ended up being really good, and I like that. I like something that's gonna be tangy, anyways. So I don't know. The marinade, the way the guy did it, and I even saw a guy do something where he incorporated Dr. Pepper to marinade. Started doing something like that, and I was like, you know, so I'll try anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I a few years back I started messing around with a little bit more when it comes to marination. I used to be now for the most part I buy like you, Fred. I kind of buy whatever I'm getting already marinated, but there are times where I marinate it myself, man. Get some oranges, get some lemons.
Yeah.
Like I throw a beer in there, like Chef said, but it's gotta be a dark, heavy beer. It can't be like a premium light beer. It's gotta be like a Modelo Black, or it's gotta be something that's just dark and heavy, man. One of those beers, right? I throw some seasoning in there. I throw some seasoning in there, man. Some of the good stuff, right?
Hey, there you go.
We'll get to some of that in a little bit. Yeah. Throw some cilantro, throw a little bit of onions and stuff, and yeah, like Chef said, let sit overnight. But I started messing around a little bit more. Start throwing maybe instead of doing some oranges or something of that sort, maybe I'll throw a little bit of orange juice. I have thrown a little bit of soda, some root beer, one time. It was all right. But Chef, I mean, talk to us about marination, man. Is there different marination that you use for different meats, for different cuts of meats? How much do you mess with it? What's your go-to, and what's one that you tried where you're like, nah, I'm not, there's no need to do this again?
For me, honestly, less is more. I mainly do the marinade I was talking about earlier with the orange, lime, cilantro, onion for the meat. When it comes to chicken, I have one recipe that I did, and honestly, I don't even remember the recipe. I'd have to go back and look at it, but it's pretty similar to the asada. I usually buy the store-bought yellow chicken when it comes to that leg meat. Yeah, I think that's what Fred was thinking of.
Yeah, it turns yellow. The marinade makes it turn yellow. Yeah, that's the one, man.
The thing with those, when you get them store-bought, is sometimes they're overly salted, so you have to be very careful when you go. Because I've gone to a bunch of different places, and yeah, they're usually heavily salted. So for me, it's less is more, honestly. I mean, I've tried so many different marinades on the shelves, the Lowry's, I don't know, the Kinders, anything that's on there. I've tried so many different things, and I've never gone back to just one. So I prefer just doing my own or none at all, and then use our seasoning.
Yeah, man. I've come to appreciate marinating your own meat, and for every man out there watching, I'm telling you guys, man. Yeah, I get it. It's pretty simple to buy it marinated already. And look, in all reality, just to be real with you guys, I would say maybe 70% of the time that I grill, I buy the stuff marinated, right? But I'm gonna start bumping it up a little bit more. I actually enjoy doing not that I enjoy it, but when I eat the food and everything, there's a little more sense of like, man, you know what? Like I did this, man. Like yeah. For one reason or another, it's just, I don't know if I should say like it tastes better, but yeah, I think it tastes better. But nonetheless, you just feel more with accomplishment. Like, I marinated this. Heck, I cut the lemons, I cut the oranges. I did it all, man.
Yeah.
That's the pride factor, right? You know what I mean? You took time and you did it yourself.
Right.
Have a little bit of pride. That's the pride factor that comes into making yourself your own good meal. That you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. You put in the work, and it's just. But you obviously you gotta do it the day before. Like if you're chef, let me ask you this. If it's kind of like a last minute thing where it's like, you know what, you feel like grilling it up? Yeah, I feel like grilling it up. All right, let's grill it up. Is there any way to marinate it and have it fast? Because like you, I let it sit overnight, so it's got to be planned. But if it's right then and there in the spot, is there any way to marinate it, or in that case, just buy it marinated already?
I mean, you can still do it the way you want it, and just let it sit for 15 minutes, 30 minutes at least, so it does get infused into the meat a little bit. If you're really wanting to do it yourself and then cook it right then and there, at least 30 minutes, or you can just kind of throw it in the bag, shake it around, throw it on there, and baste it as it's cooking with what you have. So,
Okay. All right. Fish is one thing that I only did one time. How often do you mess with fish on the grill, chef?
not too often. We have done it. We usually use a cedar plank, set it on top of the cedar plank. Fish doesn't take that long, depending on what it is. So it's pretty quick. I think it takes longer for the charcoal to get lit up than it does to cook a fish.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Fred, you be messing with fish on the grill?
Never mess with any kind of fish on the grill, bro. I am not gonna lie. I've never tried anything. Oh, wait. A long time ago, but I wrapped it in foil with lemon and butter and all that, all that stuff. But yeah, but I can't really say that I actually grilled it, like on the actual grill and stuff.
Well, I think that's chef. Is there a way to grill fish? I mean, I did exactly what Fred just said. Is that the only way to do fish?
No, you can use they have these cedar planks. You can put it on the cedar plank, and like if you're using charcoal, you'll get that charcoal flavor. It's just basically a piece of wood that you lay the fillet on. They also have these grilling mats. They're like rubber grilling mats you can put down, and you can put the fish in there. They have fish baskets, so you put the fish inside, and it closes them up like that. Yeah, and then you can just flip them like that. That way, it doesn't fall apart and fall into the grates and stuff. Or you can just throw it on a griddle.
Right. Because fish is so flimsy, so it's so brittle. So if you want to turn it around, it just starts. It's so brittle, it just starts falling apart, and you start losing the fish.
Right.
So okay, Robert, you ever mess with fish on the grill?
I do. I like to, but I did it like Fred did. I wrapped it in foil, butter, garlic, rosemary, all that stuff on it, and just let it all. And I like fish. I like a good piece of salmon.
Yes.
I like fish. So, and when I'm trying to eat healthier, I eat a little bit more fish. So, I got some salmon that I'm gonna barbecue now. I was just gonna bake it, but now you guys got me wanting to barbecue. So.
You can
up there.
You can do it on a cast iron pan too, a cast iron skillet. That's also good. Get nice here on the outside.
Lord Spike is saying, slap a little mayonnaise on the fish so it doesn't stick. Okay. Cedar plants are great for salmon. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go for it, Fred.
No, I was saying I took some chicken out today, and it was for tomorrow, but I'm gonna let my son hey, get the grill ready. No, not for I'm just
Chef. Okay, so if you freeze the meat, right? I was told, hey, don't leave it out to thaw out. Actually put it in the refrigerator and let it thaw out slowly. And that way it's gonna taste a lot better that way. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's just so, well, one, if you leave it out in the sink, your temperature is different in the house, and bacteria starts to build up at a certain temperature when it reaches. So you want to try to avoid that. The other thing is with all the water that's in being frozen, that kind of stays with your meat so it doesn't dry out and all that. And you just slowly thaw it out in the fridge 2-3 days. Just depends on what it is. It's like when you do turkey on Thanksgiving, you put it in your refrigerator for 2-3 days prior to when you're going to cook. Same concept.
You know what, man? It's funny you say that because it's happened to me where we've taken meat out, like say whether it's beef, pork, or even chicken, and especially at this time of the year, I take it out late at night, or when I leave it in the sink, and then uh, by the morning, I mean, it's fully defrosted. I'll put it away, but it'll only last about 2 days, and then it goes bad because I think because you leave it out too long. So you're right, that makes a lot of sense. The one I took today, it was still somewhat frozen, and I put it in the refrigerator right away. I got put it away because it goes bad really fast. You're right, it builds up bacteria, and it won't last.
Chef, what happens if you freeze the meat, you thaw it out, and then you put it back in the freezer? Like, let's say, like, you know what? I'm not gonna have a chance to grill it up, so let me put it back in the freezer. What happens to that meat?
I don't normally do that, so I've always been told not to. It's not a good thing to do. I'm guessing it might lose its value or the taste, the flavor, and then again, if it defrosted, you could have potentially bacteria on that meat that you're refreezing. And when you do cook it, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to cook off that bacteria, so you could possibly get sick.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. All right. No, look, when I was a kid, man, it was just like, you know what, put it back in the freezer. Like, okay, And by the way, Chef, when you said about the turkey, my family just used to leave the turkey out for the night, and that was it, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now I did learn that a few years back, where it's like, no, you know what? Put it in the fridge. Let it thaw out slowly. Put it in the fridge. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing it. But back then, man, they were just like, just throw it, and then they would even use like some hot water or something. Like, they'll thaw pretty damn fast there. Happy Thanksgiving. Go ahead, eat till you eat. Fine, you'll be fine. So it's like, snap, son of a bastard. Chef, what about cleaning off the grill? There's some people that say, hey, don't clean off the grill. Don't clean off the grill. It'll actually be better. Your food will come out better. I don't know, Chef. I still scrub that sucker off. Where do you stand on that?
I do both, honestly. So there's times where I do big cooks, and the end of the day after cooking 20 racks of ribs or 4 or 5 briskets, at the end of the day, I'm just so tired. I'll let it kind of sit there. And then I'll clean it off when I'm going to go cook on the next one. Just depends on what's left on there, because you got little pieces of meat that sit there, and they do tend to it's like leaving a piece of meat out in the sun all day long. It starts to smell a little bit. So I'll burn all that off, clean it up, especially because I've done, large cooks for people. I don't want to take the risk of someone getting sick from that. So I usually do clean up my grills, scrub them down with a brush. I have a torch out there that I hook up to the propane tank. That's why I use propane. But and then just burn off everything I can and take a paint spatula and scrape it off.
Okay. All right. Lord Spikes here says freeze it once and it tenderizes the meat because the water expands, cuts through grains. Okay. Yeah. So refreezing it, I don't do it, but I remember when I was a kid, man, nobody cared. Everybody was just like, it doesn't matter. Just throw it back in there. And it's just like, all right. Things that I would never do today, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I brush my grill. Yeah, I do. It's been very, very few times where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw like some hot dogs on there. It's cool, man. I didn't get a chance to clean the grill. That's fine. But no, for the most part, yeah, I go ahead and I scrub that sucker down and I clean it off, man. So, but Fred, do you have any seasoning that you like to throw on your meats, man?
You know what? I'm very simple when it comes to that. I'm more like salt, pepper, obviously, garlic powder, and onion powder, bro. I'm very simple. My son's the guy that I'm gonna have to introduce him to your channel though, Chef. because he's the kind of guy that gets really into the whole like, no, bro, look like this and like this, you know. And you know me, I'm an old school, you know, old traditional man, I guess if you will, you know, to my son. But yeah, really, for me, it's just the basics. It's salt, pepper, uh, garlic powder, onion powder. You know, and that's pretty much it. A lot of it, you know. Once in a while, I'll add some cayenne pepper or something to it. You know, it depends. I've tried a little bit of cinnamon, just a little bit of cinnamon on chicken. You know, stuff like that. I've tried, but yeah, pretty basic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty basic about stuff. You know.
Lord Spike says, my dad never brushed the grill till we got older. Robert, where do you stand on seasoning?
I'm like Fred. I'm pretty basic, but commenting on what the guy just wrote, that's what my dad used to pull on me too, man. He would always say that the barbecue, like when he would do it, all that's just for flavor. It's good flavor. And then when he wanted to clean it, I would be the one that had to clean it. I would be like, I thought that was all good flavor. And now I clean it. So I think my dad didn't want to clean it until I was there ready to clean it. He used to pull a fast one on me. But as far as spices, I'm pretty simple. I love garlic, so the garlic's got to be incorporated. And when I want to be fancy, man, as fancy as I get, man, I put lemon pepper. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty basic, man. But garlic is a must. Gotta have garlic.
Yes, I'm with you on that one, Robert. I'm with you on that. You know what's another thing too, though, and going back a little bit to the marinade thing, is because I think Denise said earlier about using soy sauce and stuff like that. But I tend to notice that salt, you know, salt it dries the meat out too much, you know. So I tend not to try to use too much stuff like that sometimes.
You're right. You're right. I wanted to read that comment. I forgot about it. Soy sauce on steak. I've never heard of that, and it doesn't sound appealing to me. Chef, you ever heard of that?
I have, but I've never done it. No.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sodium in soy sauce, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not down. Are you guys done with A1 steak sauce?
No.
No, for Robert.
Yeah, I dig it. I can do A1. You know what I mean? If A1's there, you know.
Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on, Robert. Hang on. You can do it, but do you do it?
It's not the first thing I think about. Like when I'm at a barbecue, I don't make sure like when I'm going getting everything. Like if I don't have A1, I'm not like, oh, I gotta go back to the store. Just put it that way. You know what I mean? But if I'm at a barbecue and there's an A1 right in front of me, I'll pull it out, man. Dab it up or not. You know what I mean? Sure. I like it. I don't dislike it. So
yeah. All right. Okay. Look.
I don't know if that was an answer.
Okay. Look. When it comes to A1 steak sauce, right? I used to do it years ago just because I thought I was supposed to do it. Just being real. I used to do it because I used to think, oh, this how a man eats a steak, right? I used to see the commercials, you know, A1 steak sauce, you know, be a man, right? So I used to do it many years ago. And then I just stopped doing it because, you know what? I like it better without A1 steak sauce. It gets kind of tangy. I didn't really understand it. Now, I can kind of somewhat understand what Robert is saying. It's not if somebody put A1 steak sauce on my steak, I can still eat it. It doesn't ruin it for me. I'm like, sure, why not? It's okay. But I'd rather eat it without it, man, especially if the steak is good. Now, if there's something wrong with the steak, if the steak did not come out the way I wanted to, okay, now maybe we could talk a little bit about a little bit of A1 steak sauce. But to be honest with you guys, it's a little tangy and chowder, man. I'm not really down with it, man.
Let me ask you this, man, because you're saying that you should think that's how a man should eat a steak. I had an older friend, and we went to have a steak once. He was kind of like a rugged dude, you know. And I remember he would put a lot of horseradish on his steak.
Yes.
And I remember being just like you. I was like, oh, well, maybe that's what we're supposed to do. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful, man. It ruined my steak. And he was eating it like it was the best thing ever. And I just remember looking at him like, why would you put this on your steak? And he was like, old school, like, just, this is what men put on it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
don't take too good, man. And you know what you guys done? Horseradish?
Yeah, I've tried it and I didn't like it either. I didn't like it either. Arby's does that too because they got the meats, and that's like no.
Fred Segura, everybody. Fred Segura, man. I'll tell you, go find him on Two Face Entertainment. Chef, you done the horseradish?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
You know, here's something I've never done. I've never thrown garlic, like actual piece of garlic, and thrown it in the marination. Would that work instead of putting like the powdered garlic?
Oh yeah, I think so.
But you can cook your steak with garlic also. If you're doing it in a pan, let's say a cast iron pan, you're searing your steak, you can throw some cloves of garlic in there, and that'll bring out the aromas and put that on your steak also.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lord Spike is saying he loves the horseradish on his steak. He said we haven't lived, man.
You know,
I'm not against it. If somebody brings it on, hey, let's do it, man. But I'm not gonna go seeking it.
I live by the words of the late Anthony Bourdain. He says, if you got to put steak sauce on a steak, it's not a good steak.
Oh,
I can agree with that.
That is good right there, man. I like that. Where is this? Here we go. Wow, I should have Yeah, that was good. I like that, man. I think if I cook a steak, and I thought I did a picture perfect job on this steak, and somebody throws all kinds of sauce on it, yeah, I think that's kind of saying something about my steak, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think yeah.
It's like you go get a nice haircut, you know, whatever it is, you know, and then the guy throw the hat on. They're like, that's it? You know, it's like, come on, man. What the heck? You know, it's like, you know.
Oh man. All right, look, when it comes to rubs and seasonings, and I'm not doing this because he's on here. All right, look, I used to do a lot of different. I've done the Lawry's. I've done a lot of, garlic powders and all that stuff. I haven't used garlic in a while. So I don't know when you guys brought it up. I'm actually gonna start buying garlic and start throwing it in the marination. But in all reality, man, I got Drunken Chef stuff here. This, I'm telling everybody, this is the good stuff, man. Now, Chef, I know you have a lot of different flavors, man. Talk to us a little bit about the different flavors that you got.
So the flavors we have would go from just salt, pepper, and garlic, which is our base of every one of our rubs, and then our heat levels grow all the way up to ghostly shadow or ghostly pepper. So we have 7 different flavors: jalapeno, habanero. We got a mix of those two. We have a chili bean, chili one. What else do we got? And then in the ghost pepper, we have one that's called Say Less, where it's 50% less salt. So we just every one of them is SPG. It's salt, pepper, garlic based.
Okay. So it's okay. So it's salt, pepper, garlic. This is the only one that you have that does not have spice to it, correct?
Is that the SPG?
It's SPG, regular SPG.
That one and the Say Less are the two that don't have spice to it.
Okay.
The Say Less is the 50% less salt, so it's still SPG, just less salt.
I do want to try the Slap Your Mama seasoning.
I tried it. I tried it, man. I tried it. I saw when they posted that right now. Go ahead.
What is the hottest one you got, Chef?
Ghostly Shadow. Ghostly Shadow has ghost pepper in it.
Okay.
And how well is that product moving off the shelves?
It's not as popular as SPG. It takes someone that likes heat in order to eat that one. We have a handful of repeat customers, but yeah, that one doesn't move too far because most people can't handle it.
It always gets you on the swallow, right? Like
Yeah.
that's when it, boom,
Yeah.
that's when it kicks in. Like whoa,
It's a creeper. Yeah,
yeah.
it creeps up.
Look, again, man, I've been using this stuff for, I don't know, Chef. I think it's been a few years already, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And my favorite one is the jalapeno one. It's my favorite one. I did on all different, all meats. Not only that, I've used it on soups. I've used it on fruit. You know, you get the chopped up fruit and everything. And first of all, people that put chamoy on your chopped up fruit, go get out of here, man. What are you doing? Dog? That's nasty, Holmes. But I put it on some chopped up fruit. You know, you put your lemon on there, which is good. If you want to put a little spicy seasoning on it, that's good. But then they drown it with chamoy. It's like, what are you doing, dog? Put some of this seasoning. I've done that. Heck, I've even put on paletas, man. Gone to La Michoacana, run it a little bit underwater, get a paleta. They have like the fruit ones, and then throw a little of the seasoning on there, put it back in the freezer for like an hour. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's the stuff. It's the stuff, man. So I highly recommend if anyone is interested in any of this stuff. And yes, it is Drunken Chef stuff, man. So I will leave the link pinned in the comment section as soon as we're done with the live. You guys go get yourself this stuff. And these are the big bottles. Do you have bigger ones than this one, Chef?
No, those are the bigger bottles. Those are 16-ounce bottles, 1 pound. We have 3-ounce, 6-ounce, and then the one you have there in your hand.
Right. I used to get the smaller ones from you. I used to get the smaller one, and then I was like, you know what? I mean, I'm like, you keep on paying for shipping, man. So I just went for the big stuff, dog. So yeah, I vouch for these seasonings. Yeah, Denise, she's vouching for them as well. Yes, definitely, man. You guys go. And Chef, is there a catalog where they could check out all the different seasonings?
You can go to the website. It's www.drunkenchefrubs.com. You can pull it up. You can Google it. It's also in my YouTube bio on the top. You can find the link there. drunkenchefrubs.com. And it has all the different sizes. We have family packs where you can get like 4 of the 7 that we have, or you can get them all. The family crew. My wife does the website and everything on that, so she has all of them down there. The prices that are on there do include shipping, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I will leave that information pinned in the comment section in case anybody's wondering. You guys, this is what I use, man. This is the good stuff right here. So, all right, gentlemen. So, just to kind of wrap it up a little bit here, Fred, what's your favorite thing to grill, man?
To grill?
Well, here's the thing, Fred. Here's the thing. Nobody's picking any meat whatsoever. We're just saying we're all going to Fred's house. Impress us, Fred. Bust out the barbecue grill, but you can only choose one meat. What is it?
Oh, damn. You know what? I would have to say and it's pretty basic, but I would say the tri-tip. I would say the tri-tip, man. Seriously.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
And it would be medium rare. It couldn't be well done on the tri-tip. It has to be medium.
Fred, what is your secret to keep it medium rare? To know that you're not overcooking it and undercooking it?
You know what? See, how I did it before with the. Now we have the other grill that you kind of turn the wheel and stuff like that. But I've done it on the Weber. I have not done it on the new grill. My son's the one that grills now. But on the Weber, I would put half charcoal, and then I'd season the tri-tip. Put it on the grill, fat side down, on the grill. In other words, sear it, put it in aluminum foil. Once it's all seasoned and everything, wrap it up, and leave it inside the grill on the cooler side for 45 minutes, and then flip it. And it depends too on the thickness of the steak. I don't have the thermometers and the probe or anything like that. I just kind of eyeball it, and by the touch of it, you know how you do where you touch the palm of your hand here, where you do the that kind of stuff. This is well done, and then so on and so forth. don't know if you guys know about that.
Yeah.
The length of your finger.
Yeah. No, the firmness of your palm here.
The
You know,
what?
How firm your palm is, right here. If you do this, that's a well done. That's super hard. You know, that's like a medium rare, and that's a rare. You know, you feel the bounce of the meat, bro.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
I've never done that. Chef, how do you measure the where the steak is at, or any meats? How would you look at it?
I kind of have it down as far as timing now, but I do use an Insta-read thermometer when I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Robert, how do you manage the temperatures or of the meat?
First of all, Frank, quit making things up tonight, dude.
I've watched a lot of cooking shows, bro. No, you know,
I'm
this,
joking.
and this. Bro. This is.
I'm
This
just old school, man. I'm just joking with you.
No,
I'm just
no.
old school, man. I eyeball it.
Hey.
See, taste test. I'm easy. You know what I mean? I'm not there constantly. You know what I mean? I'm grilling, man. Like I said, if you guys were going to come over and I wanted to impress you, I'd probably grab some tomahawks. You know what I mean? There's some tomahawks there just to, take them down, enjoy our company. But like I said, I'm not constantly measuring it and all this stuff. I eyeball it and taste it.
All right.
I added a secret ingredient to that. I don't taste anything, bro.
Man, you know how many people Fred disrespected from the streets? Denise said he was over there throwing up gangs.
Hey, you know what? Before we move forward, let me tell you guys this. I went to a company barbecue one time that we threw, a company party that they threw. They hired this barbecue place out here locally. I'm not going to mention the name, but they're no longer around. They were grilling at the park, a big old grill of meats and stuff like that, right? The guy was basting the meat. He had a vest on with no shirt, and a cigarette in his mouth, and he's all, I was like, maybe not. He armpit and cigarette ashes over it. Like I think I'm good. I think I'm good, man.
Okay. I got no story where it comes to that, but when it comes to me, honestly, I think I'm pretty good in chicken, man. I do pretty damn well with chicken. I always have it right when it's juicy. There is no medium rare or anything like that, man. You're gonna get sick, but I always do pretty well with chicken. It doesn't really matter if you bring me like boneless chicken or if you bring me drumsticks or anything. I do pretty damn well with when it comes to chicken, man. I enjoy grilling me some chicken. So for me, it'd probably be chicken. But the story that you brought up, Fred. Okay, I don't know if I told this story on here. So many years ago, I went down to Otay, Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love going and getting these stores. It's out on the street. It's in Otay. And the guy had the meat cleaver chopping up the meat, right? And he was having a conversation with someone. And this is, it's Mexico. The streets are dirty and filthy and all that stuff, man. And you got some little sewage water running alongside the curb, right? And there's a little bit of green, right, like algae in there and stuff of that sort. Man. So and he's out on the sidewalk, right? And he's chopping up the meat and he's talking to some guy, and he drops the meat cleaver and it lands right on that dirty, blackish, green algae water, right? Like lands right on there. He picks it back up, wipes it on himself, and keeps on chopping up the meat, man. Keeps on chopping up the meat. And let me tell you guys, I ate the torta. All right. I ate the torta. All right. I was there. I wanted me one of those tortas. It was Bombay, and people were there. They saw it. I didn't want to be the only one to say, like, hey, whoa, What are you doing? I mean, I didn't want to be the Mr. Americano's too good, huh? Mr. Pocho over here is too good. What's the matter with you? You know, it's like I didn't want to be the only guy. Dog, that I looked around. Nobody else said anything. Everyone seemed very unbothered, just like whatever. I didn't want to be that like. Mr. American over here, Mr. Pocho, too good, for our tortas. I'm like, hey, just serve me the torta. It tasted good, so that was.
You know, you should have went back with a little bottle after, pick up some water, and be like, I'm using this at the next barbecue.
I should have showed up, went over there, grabbed a little bit of water, and said like marination. You know what I mean?
The big fucking chef don't know about this stuff right here. Oh man!
Oh, that's some good stuff, man. All right, Chef, man, I feel like we could keep on going, man. What was I want to ask you some questions, man, just on you, Chef. What was the longest you grilled? Did I hear this right? Did you grill for 24 hours straight at one point?
No, I did a 24-hour live one time. That was a challenge. It was part of getting my watch hours for YouTube. The longest cook I've done was 18 hours. Wow. That was a brisket. That was my very first brisket that I had ever cooked. That was back in 2019, and I had no clue what I was doing. And the fire management was not the business for me. I mean, it was going up and down, up and down. On top of that, I was, tossing quite a few of them back, so it took it even longer. An 18-hour cook on a brisket. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. Now, hey, man, 18 hours is that's a lot, man. 18 hours is, man, to be around just the grill, just eyeing it. That's definitely something right there. All right. What's the most that you've grilled? Basically, like you said, you've grilled for people. Like, have you grilled for an entire party? Have you grilled for like 15, 20 people?
When I'm cooking for people, it's usually about 20 people. And they're ordering racks of ribs or plates. We do plates sometimes. The most racks I've done is 20 racks at one time. I have a couple smokers in the back, and I've done the 20 racks plus 3 briskets. So it just depends on what we put out there as a menu. It's always changing up, and honestly, I haven't done it in a while. It's just been too hot, and trying to cook in 118 degree, 115 degree weather it doesn't work for me anymore. I'm too old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's time to get some cold cuts at that point, man. Let the weather cool down just a little bit. I see dudes out there, they wet a bandana, put it around their neck and everything. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Let's get a couple of BLTs. We're all right.
Wait, no, you know what I did before when I had to grill one time for one of my kids' parties, and it was just it was a little bit of asada, and it was some chicken and hot dogs and hamburgers. It was something, to that. What we did was we put the oven to warm, right? I went up there early and I grilled everything. I grilled before the party even finished around the time the party was going to get started. Had everything in the oven and on warm. When everybody came over, I was already showered and everything, done with the grilling, dude. Because if not, you'll be out there in the heat.
Yeah.
Doing it the whole time, bro. It's not fun.
When I'm starting with my cooks, I'm usually out there about 3-4 in the morning. That's where I start, especially with the longer cooks, and then I'm done by like between 12 and 2.
You know what, man? There's a couple of things I wanted to say about the grilling too, though. There's one thing too. When you add any kind of barbecue sauce, a lot of it's sugar-based, brown sugar, stuff like that. You always want to add it toward the end because sugar burns fast.
Thanks.
So you always want to add that toward the end. You never add it in the beginning, you'll burn the crap out of it, man, whatever meat you have. And there was another thing I was going to mention about grilling too that I learned too, though. And this is all through trial and error and watching cooking shows as well, man. So but it's one thing too, though. Yeah, because people want to, dip it in this barbecue sauce and then throw it on the grill. It just, you're gonna, chicken's gonna come out all black, and then that's it,
Mm.
But,
You know, Fred, how you brought up hot dogs, man. When I was a little kid, you know, if like in my house, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you want to eat a hot dog?" Yeah, they boiled it to make it, man. It was at that time I was a little kid. I didn't really care, but now that thing is nasty as hell. You know what I mean? You boil hot dogs to eat them. That is sick, dog. I would never eat no damn boiled hot dogs today.
you know what's one thing though, that I've also learned too when it comes to hot dogs, when it comes to sausages and hot links and stuff like that.
Oh,
I tend to be over them and not let them explode because all the juice comes out of it, bro. And then I've seen people when they're cooking the patties, the hamburger patties, and this is crazy to me. They'll get a spatula and be, oh, so it can cook faster. And they're squeezing, like making a smash burger, getting all the juice out of it, bro. So
yeah.
when it comes to hot dogs, when it comes to hot links and that kind of stuff, you got to know more or less how to time it and not leave it too hot. The other thing too, one important thing, and I know, and I'm certain, very certain that Drunken Chef knows about all this stuff. One of the most important tips in queuing up is leave it alone and let it cook, bro. Because people think you got to be flipping and flipping and flipping. No, you got to let that thing cook. You know, that's it takes an art and a skill. And I'm not saying I'm great at it because I've messed up a couple of times, you know. But you have to let the meat and your meat cook, bro. Not constantly flipping it over, trying to look busy like you're at work and trying to look busy for the boss doing this way. You gotta let it cook.
Let me add to that a little bit. When you're cooking direct heat, you want to be careful with just leaving it sitting there because you obviously get flare up. So that would be a flippity flip for me.
Yes.
I got that from a guy called Arnie Tex. He's on YouTube. He's got the flippity flip method where you're flipping it constantly. If you're doing over the heat, if it's like you say, you do the indirect. I have a saying, and I know a lot of guys on barbecue channels and stuff says, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So basically, if you constantly opening that door, then you're letting all that heat out, and it takes that much longer. And that was what my mistake was on that brisket that I did back in 2019.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, Fred, you're right about that, man. I like to grill me some Johnsonville brats.
Uh-huh.
You know, the sausages, the Johnsonville brats. Yes, man. But if those suckers, you know, if they split open, you start seeing all the juice coming out of them. So you gotta get it just right. I mean, if it splits open just a little bit, it's not bad. But some people like it splits open and then they still leave it like, oh, it's almost done. It's like, no, that sucker is done. Then it starts splitting open more, then more, then more. And next thing you know, you got a dried up sausage, man. So it's like, oh man, it's what Johnsonville brats, dog. I love the beer brats. Gosh darn it, man. Those suckers are great. I love those babies right there. Robert, they moved you outside, brother.
Yeah, man. It was like I said, this is a newer Starbucks since I had the locations are closing a little early. But it's all right. It's all right. I'm learning a bunch of stuff, Fred and from you with the boiled.
Boiled hot dog.
God.
But you know what, man? That's got to be something totally Chicano, bro. Because I've had them. I bet you, Fred, you've had them boiled before.
No,
I bet all four of us had boiled our hot dogs before, bro.
Yes.
You know, that's something I think uniquely Chicano, bro. You know what I mean? When they call them weenies.
We had them there with the fork on the stove. And,
Okay. But see, here's the thing, though, Fred. Here's the thing. I much prefer that because it's over some fire. But boiling it in some water, like I said, I was a little kid. I didn't give a rat's ass. To me, I thought that's how you made hot dogs, right? And they just open up the whole pack or whatever, just throw it in the boiling water, and it's like, good gosh, dog, I would never stand all that, man. Just like, okay, here's the thing, Chef. What do you think when you see somebody grilling, okay, and it's on the grill, Chef? It's on the grill. The meat is on the grill, and then homeboy wants to look cool and throws a little bit of beer on there. What's your thoughts about that, Chef?
To each his own, but I'd be like, what are you doing? You're just going to pour out or cause a lot of charcoal flare. Yeah, it's not the business.
Yes. Okay. See, that's the thing, man. Because Vatos out there, man, they think they're looking cool. They're taking a swig of the beer and everything. It's like it's cooking. It's like, yeah, let me pour a little beer on there. Yeah, it's like, dog, you're washing off the marination.
Yeah.
You're washing off the seasoning. You're washing off all this stuff, and then the beer's gonna go on the charcoal, and it's just like it's just for vatos to look cool, dog. But you don't know what the hell you're doing. If you're doing that, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Don't invite me to your barbecue. I'm not going, dog. I'm not going.
You're throwing your saliva back from the beer. After you take a swig of it.
Throwing the backwash in there.
Yeah, it's like, man, dude.
Here's a little one for the homies. No, but don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, save that in the marination, man. But all right, fella. We had them boiled hot dogs every Halloween. When Fred just brought up hot dogs and I thought about it, like it just man, that's something I will never go back.
Speaking of that, I got a question for you guys. What is the definition of a wiener?
Oh, a wiener.
Fred, come on, man. Stop.
I don't know how I answer that.
I don't know where we're going with this, Fred. So just let us have it. What's up?
It's the guy that wins the race on the Mexican side of the border. Anyway, see, your mind is somewhere else, guys. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Oh, right about now, Harrison Ford is very disappointed.
This guy. Oh, where we at? Fred Segura, everybody. Fred Segura. Go find him on Two Face Entertainment. He has those. He'll have those coming for you all day long. Go find him.
Definitely. Hey,
all right.
One more, bro. Did you guys ever see The Cowboy Way? The movie The Cowboy. It's Woody Harrelson and I believe.
Yeah. They're in New Mexico.
Yes. Remember when he orders the steak? No?
I don't think I remember that scene. No.
The guy goes, "Hey, how would you like your steak?" He goes, "Oh, just cut its horns off." He goes, "Wipe its nasty ass and chuck it right here on this plate."
Again, Fred Segura, everybody.
Oh man.
Oh man. All right. Any last questions for Chef before we wrap it up, Robert?
A couple of things, man. First of all, where are you out of? Where are you located?
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, you're in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm east of Phoenix. Grew up in California, but we've been out here 7 years now.
Glendale?
No, east of Phoenix. I'm in Mesa.
Mesa, okay, Glendale, okay. All right, cool. You're California and now in Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And this is, I'm not trying to get all, but this is what you do. You're a barbecue chef. You're actually a chef, drunken chef.
No, this is more of a side thing. I'm a CNC machinist during my day, and then I do this as a side hustle.
Good for you, bro.
I just have a passion for cooking. I got into more of the barbecue thing when I got out here more. I mean, I've always grilled, but it was always like asada and chicken, just
right.
the basic stuff. And when I came out here is because there's a lot of barbecue spots out here, I started going to those, and I was like, man, I want to learn how to do this, and that's kind of what got me into it.
Okay, but you really can't do too much summer barbecuing, right?
What's that?
Degrees out. You can't do too much summer barbecuing. It's like 120 degrees out there.
No, I have to have that tall can with me all the time.
Oh, man.
he doesn't pour it over the meat though, bro.
No, that pours into my mouth, into my stomach. Yep. Yeah.
True story, man. I had a friend who had a friend in Henderson, and we would go visit him before we went to Vegas. And this guy was grilling us barbecue like a 5. And it was so hot. And I had just met him, so I didn't want to be disrespectful and tell my friend, like, hey, bro, tell your partner we'll meet up with him later. But it was the worst experience, man. The guy would just keep on talking, and finally, man, out of the compassion, was like, you got. So yes,
freaking up.
Man.
Please.
Hey, Robert, you keep on breaking up. kind of getting a little bit of the gist of the story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, Robert. You kept on breaking up, brother. But if anybody still, okay. So for all the ladies out there, I know not too many women watch Men Rule the World, right? Because you're intimidated. But for all the ladies out there, if you come across a man that's trying to impress you and he's grilling and he pours beer on the meat while it's on the grill, leave him. You dump him. Dump him right then and there. Just like Sonny told Colosio, see, dumper, right? Okay, so he's over there. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But for everybody else, man, I'm telling you guys, this is the stuff. There's Drunken Chef stuff right here. Okay, I'm telling you guys, man, hit the link in the comment section. You won't regret it. I'm telling you guys that right now. It's not there right now because we're live, but as soon as we're done, go for it, Fred.
Appreciate it.
Oh no! You know what? My head off to you, Drunken Chef. Seriously, man. I've seen some of your stuff, man, and it's impressive, man. It's impressive, and I gotta say, it's again, it takes skill. It takes skill, man, and especially where you're at right now. In AZ, man, I gave my hat off to you and my utmost respect to you, man. And you know, and I think you got something good going on, man. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, definite, man. Definitely.
Chef, one question that I forgot to ask you. Would you ever do one of those whole pigs? You know, the whole pig with like the apple in the mouth?
Yeah, I actually do want to do that. I just don't have the smoker big enough. I mean, I have plenty of yard, so I could dig a hole and light up a fire, like a campfire. I could probably do that. I just have to get the stuff, but I do want to do that. Yes.
Yeah, they call it lechon, right? The lechon. Yeah.
I went to a birthday party quite a few years ago, and they had one of those. Like I had only seen those like in cartoons, you know. Like I've only seen them like on, I don't know, Looney Tunes or something like that. I've never seen one in real life. And I'm like, what the hell? They actually really do make these, right? And it had the apple in the mouth and everything, and it was good, man. It was good. So I really enjoyed it. But hey, with all that, fellas, well, Chef, actually, I'll let you get the last words here. But anything that you want to promote, anything that you want to throw out there?
No, I just want to say thanks for having me on here. I kind of want to go to what Robert was saying about grilling in heat, because the hottest I've cooked in is 118-degree weather. I have 2 pints of beef up there, 2 smokers, and a case of beer, and they went down like water, and I was sweating it all out as fast as I was drinking them. So nice big tall ice glass and everything. So yeah, it does get hot. But I want to thank you guys for having me on here, man. It's always a pleasure. So I appreciate the support. Greg, Art, thanks for tapping in. Yeah, check out the website, check out the channel. I haven't done recent content. I'm pretty busy with work and my daughter's schedule with that. So I'll throw some short videos out there or just little small stuff here and there. But the rubs are always there. DrunkenChefRubs.com. Take a look at the website, see if you're interested in something, and 2 to 3 days. We usually have it out and at your house. 2 to 3 days.
Nice.
Yeah, we're actually all over the country. We have some in Australia, Trinidad, the UK, and I think that's about it. Oh, and Hawaii. We had them out in Hawaii too.
Quick question though. Have you really thought about really getting it? How would you handle it getting marketed like through masks and stuff, through the masses, like a distributor or something? How would you handle that part?
I can get in touch with some people. I get emails all the time from people that want to kind of help to expand and stuff, but I'm really selective when it comes to that. The other thing is I feel like with a lot of other stuff that's out there, once you get too big, it kind of takes away because then they want to try to cut costs. You know what I'm saying? And then you lose your flavors. You try to minimize your costs and maximize your profits. And kind of where I'm at right now, I just want to stay with where it's at. Okay.
So, that's respectable. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, because you know what? Again, my hat off to you, man. I respect everything you're doing, and that's awesome, bro. That's seriously awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. So, Robert, gracias, brother, for your determination to make it, man. I know it was a little bit.
I apologize, man, if I was throwing off your show tonight. You know what I mean? I'm having people in the background, my headphones, and you know what I mean. But my apologies, sincerely, if I did mess up the flow of the show. But before I get out of here, I do want to say it was a pleasure meeting Drunken Chef. I seen your name pop up 1,000 times, man. Good luck with what you're doing, man. Keep on grinding and keep on doing your own thing, and you know everything. I hope everything works out for you. Fred, you crazy. I'm gonna stop there. I'm just joking, Fred. You know I love you, man. What I'm saying is, man, you cracked me up tonight, man. And Ed, nothing but respect for you. Thanks for allowing me to be on your show. You three fine gentlemen have a fantastic night. God bless. I'm in and out with this internet, so I'm gonna say good night.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
You guys, God bless you guys.
God bless you.
Shout outs to our brother from San Jose, Robert Anthony. That is Crazy Fred right there from Two Face Entertainment. You guys go check him out. Cholo Trucker and our special guest, Drunken Chef. I'm telling you guys, man, hit the link. Go get yourself. Get the smallest one. Get the smallest one. Try it out. I'm telling you guys, man, you will not be disappointed. Men rule the world. We'll catch you guys next month.
Sonic Boom!
Hadouken! Shoryuken!
Finish him!
Game over.